Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Wendy. Today's video is going to be a self-development video. I'm planning on doing maybe like a series or something, I don't know for sure, but I know that I want to talk about this, and it's how to level up in your 20s. Yeah, so these are going to be a few tips that I think I have learned. I'm not saying that I've mastered all of them. They're just things that I think are important in basically as you grow and develop as an adult. So yeah, keep on watching and I hope you enjoy the video. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So the first tip actually is discipline. I think this one's a no-brainer. I think it's very important for a young adult to be disciplined. A lot of people have not really mastered the art or the act. Is it an art? It's an art. It's an art of self-discipline, or this habit of self-discipline, because at this point in your life you're no longer, or for most people anyways, they're no longer with their parents and they're trying to figure out life by themselves, and they're trying to grow in different areas of their lives. And you're basically starting a new career, starting life, starting a family or anything, and the only way that you can really smash everything that you're facing or anything that you're entering, and the new phase that you're entering, is basically by disciplining yourself and making sure that anything that you actually set out to do, you do it. So that's from like setting a routine for yourself, putting your head down to study for a particular certificate or a career or something that you're trying to pass, or saving, or I don't know, there are a lot, basically everything to do with adulting. Successful adulting needs self-discipline. I don't think you can make the most of your 20s, or basically the most of your life, if you're not disciplined enough to carry out things that are important to your growth. So yeah, so number one, the most crucial thing ever is self-discipline. I don't think anybody should play around with it. I'll say, like, for instance, I'm shading myself as I want to give this example. Let's say you want to lose weight. Say you want to lose weight, and you know that, okay, you're going to be in a caloric deficit, you're going to do this, you're going to do that. So each day when you want to make your meals, or you are thinking of what to eat, it's only discipline that's going to help you actually stick. I'm laughing at myself, guys. It's only discipline that's going to help you stick to your goals and like the meal that you have prepared. Because sometimes you're like, oh my god, again, I'm going to eat this thing again. Like the third day in a row, I'm still going to be eating this particular meal that I prepped since Sunday. But discipline is the only thing that can actually help you see your goals to the end. That's just basically how I see it. So it's very important in a young adult's life. You should definitely try and master the art of self-discipline. Next thing is to upskill yourself. Like I mentioned in my previous point, say you are trying to build a new career, you are going to have to learn certain skills that will take you to that, like that will give you the best out of the career that you're trying to get into. Say for instance, you're trying to get into tech, and you're coming from, I'm using myself as an example, you're coming from an arts or a humanities background, and you know that you don't necessarily have the skill set for this tech role that you're applying for, that you're aspiring to. The best thing to do is to teach yourself. You could go to a school, you could learn online, you could do different things. There are so many skills right now, guys. There are so many skills. What we learned in secondary school or university, most times they are not enough. To be very frank with you, they are not usually enough. So it's up to you to actually say, okay, this is what I want to learn. Let me put my head down and actually focus on learning the skills and all of that. Because if you don't do it, guys, honestly, if you don't do it, before you know it, your 20s have gone, your 30s, your mid-30s, your mid-40s, and you're like, I don't really have any particular skill that I can say I'm a master at. I'm not saying that you should learn everything under the sun. No, you should. Please don't do that. But please, if you are interested in a particular field, please try to learn a particular skill, because it makes you more valuable in the workforce, in job industry or whatever, wherever you are, actually makes you more valuable. Think about the most successful people that you know in your field. They have to be skilled at something for them to be at the place that they are. You cannot see someone in a managerial position that doesn't know like how to manage a team. You can't see someone that's like, you can't see the best JavaScript developer that doesn't know how to write JavaScript. There can things like that. You actually have to build your skills. A lot of people that you see in top positions, maybe they actually did not learn that in school. Some didn't even go to school, but then they built this skill set along the way. They learned, they put their head down, they picked up some courses, and there's so many websites and stuff now that you can actually learn any skill that you want. I know of Udemy, there's Coursera, there is even this Skillshare. I haven't tried it, but I've seen some nice courses on it. Maybe one day I will actually try. But there's the ones that I do know of: Udemy, Coursera, Udacity. There are so many, guys. There are so many. Just pay a very little fee. I know Udemy courses can go for, they usually have a high markup price, but then they always run discounts. So you could get courses for as low as $10. You could get courses for as low as $12, which is really nothing compared to how far that skill will take you, or how much that skill is going to put in your account. So say you're interested in, I don't know, makeup. Learn, get certified, or I don't know, go to a master class or whatever it is, watch YouTube videos, do whatever you like to get to a great point in that industry. You cannot just be thinking and sitting and waiting for someone to come and teach you. You actually have to stand up yourself and grab the opportunities and look for those ways to learn. Yeah. Next one is finances. Oh my god, guys, this one is a struggle. I won't even lie to you. I'm not gonna lie. But basically, you should like teach yourself. There are so many courses, like I've said. Information these days is not hard to come by at all. I think maybe in our parents' days or back in the 90s, 80s, it was harder to like learn new things. But these days, in 2022, currently, if you want to be an economist, you can easily do that. Like there are courses, there are different things that you could easily pick up and learn one or two. Read a book, buy a course, whatever it is, join a community online or anything to learn about your finances, from saving, investing. Because if you don't do this now that you're just starting out, I'm looking at myself and I'm telling myself, if you don't do this now, if you don't take it seriously now, it's going to actually be a stumbling block or an obstacle or a hindrance to your financial freedom much later in your life, like in your 30s, 40s. It's going to be an actual problem if you don't actually learn the basics of saving, investing, and trying to make your money work for you, not you always working for your money. Like, this is mostly in your 20s, you're basically just starting out like in your career, in your job or whatever. This is the time for you to actually sit up and plan how you're going to let your money work for you over the years. If you want to retire early, now is the time to start. If you want to retire by like 42, I wish I could. I pray I can't, but like you have to start early. There's no two ways about it. You have to start early. You can't say you want to retire at 45 and then you've not started investing or anything at 33 or 38. You don't have that much time anymore to like 45. That's like 7 years left when you're 38. It's not enough time, because investing and all of that, it builds what's the word again? Compound. So that's how they call it. The compound interest, basically. So it grows over time. It's not something that happens instantaneously. It grows over time. So you have to have enough time between now and whenever it is that you're setting in your future to retire. You have to set these things up, because I don't know about you, but now I know that when I'm older, I don't want to be standing up and looking for money up and down. I want to just relax after working for a lot of years in my youth. I want to be able to relax, and maybe if I want to travel. If I want to get gifts for my grandchildren, get gifts for them. If I want to get, just do things like that. Do things that would give you peace of mind and all of that at a certain age. So yeah, it's important that you learn how to build your finances for your future self. The next point says leave your comfort zone and take risks. I'm not telling you, or I'm not saying that you should leave the house that you're staying in and go and sleep under the bridge. Nobody's telling you to do that. Let me use career once again. If you're comfortable at being a beginner in this, you're comfortable, your pay is okay, this is fine. I don't know, it's very easy at that point. You now become obsolete. That's right. You become obsolete, and then you basically don't have any value to anybody in your industry or in your company. And then it's so easy to replace you, because then there are people that every day they are rigid. Every day they are taking one certification. Every day they are taking one exam to move up or to do something or to be more valuable, and to have more, like, be more attractive to people that are looking for that skill. So if you're just comfortable, you're not taking any risk, you're not even trying to like skill yourself, you're not trying to do anything, basically you're just, oh, I'm okay where I am, I'm fine like this, it's okay with me, I'm fine earning this amount for the rest of my life, I'm fine in this, like, you're just fine in one confined box. It's not really good, because at the end of the day, in like a few years, 10 years, you don't have any value, basically. And the best way to have a successful life, in my opinion, is to create value. Once you create value, once people can see you and say, oh, I can learn a lot from this person, or I know that this person can do this great job for me, or that this person can do this for me, you automatically become successful. I don't know how else to explain it, but you basically become successful when you have value to give people. So if you're comfortable in a place that you are, you're not taking any risks, you're not trying to put yourself out there, you're going to get obsolete. That's it. I hope that is the right word to use. Well, basically you're going to get obsolete, that if that's what you're doing. And taking risks, you can take risks in your career, take risks financially, but please take calculated risks. So I don't say not because when they said take risks, you're not going to use your life savings and go and do unexpected. That's not what I'm saying. Take calculated risks, make informed decisions. Don't just go and, okay, this is trending at the moment, let me just jump in. Please don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you're okay with your research. Make sure that the research that you've done, you feel comfortable with taking whatever decision that you want to do. But don't just do it based on, I had my guy. A lot of people are fond of doing this thing. My guy did this thing and he made so amount. They don't really used to know the person. They always know someone that knows the person that did this, and then they were successful at it, and then you just jump in because you know of someone that did it. Please do it. Make your research, or do your research. Be making informed decisions. Risk is risky. Basically, so don't just jump into things like that just for the sake of jumping in. Understand? Next one is to have a strong mindset at this point in your life. It's so easy to get carried away. Honestly, truly, it's so easy to get carried away, from, I don't know, trending things to living a certain lifestyle on the gram and all of that. Before you know it, you've forgotten your actual goals. Please, guys, don't give in to peer pressure. I think we've all had the time of our lives as children and teenagers and all of that. We are now at a certain point that you're trying to build for your future. It's not the time to be giving into peer pressure. It's not. If your mates are driving, I don't even know cars. I don't know cars, but like the latest BMW or whatever, latest Benz or whatever, and you know that this will take a considerable amount of money from you, and that money you have actually planned to use for something else. Please don't, because you want to feel among or you want to keep up with the Joneses and go and splurge on that thing that you don't actually have a need for, just because you want to be seen as someone that has done that or someone that has this thing too. Please don't give into it. This is not the time. Again, I would say this is not the time to be giving into peer pressure. You are building for the future. You are trying to do things that are going to better your life. Don't make any silly decisions. Keep pushing, keep moving. You are going to make it by God's grace eventually. Okay? The next point is set healthy boundaries. This is so important. I know a few people that in my head I'm like, oh my god, you have to learn how to set boundaries, because people are going to keep taking you for a fool or for a ride or keep taking advantage of you. Basically, what I mean by setting healthy boundaries is learn how to say and when to say no. People are going to keep asking things of you. If you can't do it, please, please don't fall into the trap of saying yes and then regretting it much later. If there is something that someone is asking of you and you know that this thing is going to intrude on your time, it's going to consume your time, it's going to take a lot from you, and you'd rather use that time to do something, I know, yeah, it's good to actually help people. Please help people. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but if it's going to do little for you, like, I don't know how to explain it, but basically, if at the end of the day you won't feel fulfilled, it can go from something as little as going out for drinks when you know you wanted to read, or when you wanted to sleep, or when you wanted to go work out or something like that, and then something as major as helping someone with the presentation at work, and then they will take the credit and all of that. It's very, very important to know when to say no, because if you keep saying yes, you keep being a yes man. I'm sorry, a lot of people are very selfish. If you keep being a yes man for people, not a lot of people will do that in return for you. So if you have a few people that you ride or die for, just check around. And they actually ride or die for you too. And just learn the best time to say no, and let your no be no. Don't go and say no, then much later after they plead with you again, and say, okay, just help me a little. I know I do that too, but I do know for a fact that I have healthy boundaries. I know there are times that I'm like, no, I can't help you with this, and I won't help you with it. Not because I want to be wicked or anything, but I know that it's not going to benefit me. It's going to actually hurt me, so I just don't do it. But anyways, the last point is learn to love yourself and leave room for growth. Guys, I don't know how else to say this, but you have to learn to love yourself, because a lot of people in their 20s are still figuring out life, and when you look at yourself in the mirror, you've not gotten to the point that you want to be at, and you're like, my life is crap, oh, I'm this, oh, I'm that, oh, I'm this. Please learn to love yourself in every situation that you find yourself. It's very, very important. I've actually suffered. I can't even believe it, but I was once like that. I didn't totally enjoy myself. I didn't love myself. I didn't care for my own well-being or anything like that. I was just living life just on fruit. But really, guys, it's really important that you learn to love yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. You will make mistakes. You're only human. So learn to forgive yourself. You also forgive people easily. So I know it's really hard to forgive yourself when you're like, oh, I should have done better. Oh, I should have known better. Or like you set this high standard for yourself, and then when you can't make that, or when you can't reach that standard every single time, you look down on yourself or think, oh, you're not good enough. Please, you're more than enough. You don't need external people or external influences to let you know that you're enough. Just look within. Love yourself, guys. Please love yourself. Love on yourself. Do things to make you feel good about yourself. If it's to have a self-care day, wash your hair with the most luxurious shampoo you can find. Like, just little things that you could use to improve your mood and your overall well-being and yourself. Like, just take care of yourself, guys. Make sure that you're in the body that you love, and if you want to do something about maybe the way you look or something, I'm not saying you shouldn't. Please do it if you want to, but make sure that you're doing it for the right reason. Make sure you're not doing it because someone made one comment like that, or you saw something online, or please, guys, don't do that. Standard of beauty changes every few years. Please don't go and do something that you will regret in a few years' time, and then you're thinking, oh, why did nobody tell me? Or I don't still feel good in my skin, or whatever. Please, at whatever stage or whatever circumstance that you find yourself in, please love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, no one else will. Because honestly, when you don't love yourself, there's this whole aura that you give off. I don't know how to explain it, but I know that when you don't love yourself, the amount of people that you attract, or the kind of people that you attract, they don't actually love you either. They just maybe love what you give them or something like that. But when you love yourself, there's a confidence that comes out from you unknowingly, and then you attract people that are like, oh, there's something about this person I really admire, and then you find people that are just, on the same wavelength with you and everything. So yeah, guys, please don't ever think that you're not enough. You are more than enough. You're in your 20s, you're going to be struggling. I know for a fact that I'm struggling. If it looks online like I'm not, please, please know that I am. We are all struggling. We are all trying to figure out life. Like, we just got into our 20s. Like, there's enough time to, enjoy. You're just starting out. Give yourself grace. Be gracious to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself. Because if you don't, like I said, if you don't love yourself, no one else will actually truly love you. So love you in every form that you are, in every shape that you are, in every circumstance that you are, in any situation that you are. It is really, really important. And then in the same way that you're loving yourself in the same situation that you are, please also give yourself space to grow. Don't see this as your final bus stop, that you can't evolve more than this. We are humans, we will continue to evolve. Every day we learn new things. Every day we are going to learn new experiences. We're going to experience different things. So those things will shape us. It will keep shaping us. So don't reach a particular age and you're like, you know what? I'm not learning anymore. I'm not getting any new friends. I'm not doing this. Please allow yourself to experience all these things. Don't box yourself in. Basically, the moral of your 20s, the biggest tip should be, don't box yourself. Allow yourself room to grow, experiment, experience things. One thing I know for a fact that I want to look back and know that I'm proud of myself and every decision. I know some of my decisions might be crap. Like I said, we are human, we're not perfect. But I know that at the end of the day, I want to be able to look back at my life and think, oh, you did a good job. Honestly. You did the best that you could. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys learned one or two things from this. If you did, if you liked this video in any way, shape, or form, please give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section. Subscribe to the video, to the video. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel and, share the video if you feel like. No pressure. No pressure. Hopefully some pressure. But really, subscribe, leave a comment, like, do all of that. Share if you feel like it. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.